Well, hi to my YouTube subscribers. Well, I just arrived back in Bangkok after having spent about a month in the US, and I have a monster case of jet lag. So there's nothing to do for that but make a video about my arrival. So it's been a long time since I've seen crowds like this at Suvarnabhumi airport. I think it's safe to say that tourism is back. The government pledged that they would handle the increased number of tourists efficiently at the airport. Now, what I observed was pretty much each booth at immigration at the airport did have an immigration officer, and I heard that they had pledged that they would process each arriving tourist in 45 seconds or less once you get to the immigration officer, and they did indeed process me in less than 45 seconds. So I think they're actually doing a very good job of handling the larger number of arriving tourists. I was impressed. And I've been stressing in my videos the importance of understanding the difference between having a visa when you arrive through the e-visa process versus using a visa exemption when you arrive versus getting a visa on arrival. If you don't understand the difference among these three ways to enter, I suggest you watch my video called Should I Get a Thai Tourist E-Visa, a Visa on Arrival, or a Visa Exemption? And I'll put a link to that video in the description. Now, when you get off the plane, just follow the signs to immigration or arrivals. Just a warning, it can be a long walk. Now, if you need to get a visa on arrival, and most people don't, you'll see signs for this on your left as you walk. So go ahead and get your visa on arrival if you need one, and then you can rejoin the crowds that are following the signs for immigration or arrivals. Now, I think there are actually several different places where you can enter the lines for immigration. You'll end up on one of these. There's no place else to go. Now, you can see here people snaking their way through these lines for immigration. You'll end up on a long line that moves pretty quickly. Now, you'll see signs that say that you should have your passport, your boarding pass, your return or onward ticket, and if you have one, your visa ready to show the immigration officer. Now, when you actually get to the immigration officer, hand him or her these 4 items. Now, on a screen to your right, you'll be instructed to put 4 fingers of your right hand on the glass for fingerprints to be taken, and then you repeat that procedure for your left hand. You'll be asked to remove your mask, to remove it completely, for a picture, and then you'll be stamped in. It was a very quick process. Then you get your bags at baggage claim and follow the green signs if you have nothing to declare. Well, this is the point in the video where I usually insert a brief advertisement. So let me ask you to consider buying my book, The Vientiane Affair. I think it's a very good book. It's exciting, and I think you'll enjoy it. You can find order information in the description to this video. I recommend buying the audiobook from audible.com or Amazon, or if you're an Audible member, you can use a credit to listen. But what I really wanted to ask you today is to take a look at my website, robertsultan.com. I'll put a link in the description. I just posted the first 14 chapters of my new book, The 28th Amendment. This is a story that's set in America about 20 years in the future, and I think you'll find it very interesting, and you can read it absolutely free on my website. So please have a look at my website, robertsultan.com. Take a look in the section called Novels, and feel free to explore the rest of the website. Okay, so now let's get back to our video. Now, I always use a local SIM card when I'm in Thailand. I happen to use AIS. I have no reason to think that it's better than the other brands, but I've had no problems at all with the service. I've used it for years, and I use the phone as a hotspot for my laptop. I've never had problems with bandwidth for streaming. It's a great service. I pay 300 baht per month, plus a small amount for whatever phone calls I actually make, which are few since I generally use Line for calls within Thailand and Skype for calls back to the US. And of course, those go over the internet, so there's no extra charge for those. Now, you can get that AIS service at booths at the airport, but you'll pay 1,000 baht a month for that same service. So my advice is wait till you get back to your hotel, go to your local mall, go to the AIS store there, and get the service there for 300 baht per month. No reason to pay 1,000 baht. And of course, when you're traveling from the airport to downtown Bangkok, I never take a taxi or use ride services. Just take the Airlink from the airport. You'll pay a maximum of, I think, 55 baht to connect with the MRT or BTS metro systems. From there, you can get any place in Bangkok, and you'll be downtown in less than 25 minutes. A taxi will cost you something like 1,000 baht. I don't think it's going to be any faster, so save yourself some money. Now finally, once you get out of immigration, I suggest that you use your smartphone to take a picture of the biodata page of your passport and the passport stamp that you just got. Thai police are reportedly stopping tourists and asking for passports. They're looking for people who are overstaying their visas. Now, tourists are required to carry their passports with them, but few tourists actually do this because people are afraid of losing their passports. So having a picture on your phone or having a photocopy of the passport is just a good idea if you get stopped. Anyway, except for my jet lag, I had a great arrival in Bangkok. Now, there are now big crowds of arriving tourists at the airport, but I observed that immigration is doing a great job, so I think your arrival should be pretty smooth. Yes, you may wait on a line for 20 or 30 minutes. I don't think that's so bad. Now, I'd also encourage tourists to think about entering on a visa exemption now that that's available again. It's free and you'll save yourself a lot of paperwork, and it's only 15 fewer days than you would get with applying for the e-visa. Okay, so that's about it. Let's hope I can get some sleep tonight, and see you next time.